Top story takes you back more than 26 years to a Mineral Point murder. A couple and their son brutally murdered in 1983. The family's 14-year-old adopted son to blame. He served 3 years. Fast forward to tonight. He's in trouble with the law again. News 3's David Douglas is live in our news center. He's been following this case all night. David, what are you learning?
And we're talking about Peter Zimmer, a convicted murderer wanted tonight in Florida on stalking charges. He's accused of harassing his ex-girlfriend and doing damage to her property. Only it wasn't until a tip from a family member that police knew the name Zimmer had anything to do with their case at all.
That's a good one to start with.
Sometimes to head into the past.
This is where he appeared on the murder charge.
All you need is the daily paper.
It was a shock to everybody.
And it never hurts.
I was probably one of the first big murder cases, I guess you would say, that we have run across.
When you have the Dodgeville newspaper man who was there for it all as your guide.
To see the police tape and the number of officers around and whatever, it just was not a not a great time, you know. And it was a shock since it was such a young kid that did it all.
Mineral Point doesn't look terribly different today from how it did in the 80s. Peter Zimmer does. He even has a new name, Jovan Anton Collier.
And I suppose if I would have done what he did and basically got away with it, I would do the same thing. I wouldn't want to be known as Peter Zimmer.
What the former Wisconsinite hasn't been able to shed are his ties to trouble, something a former Mineral Point police officer feels he shouldn't have had a chance to get in.
They should have never let him out. It's nuts.
But the law was different then and said Zimmer must be freed when he turned 18.
I think they changed the law after that if you're 14, I think they changed the law and you commit murder, then you can be incarcerated.
Then here he pleaded no contest.
Riley only wishes more had been done to help Zimmer as a youth, even if it meant a longer stay behind bars.
He was not treated as an adult like he would be this day and age.
Police in Gulfport, Florida, telling me tonight they really want to catch Collier, worried he won't take no for an answer. They think he's in Atlanta right now. There's no word on if there's a sense he might try to return to Wisconsin, but Andy, they say he's been in Florida for about 20 years.
More than 25 years, and residents' memories are still very vivid. David Douglas with our top story tonight. David, thank you very much.